Hi and hello. Yes, it's time once again to continue to keep on healing my inner child and diving back into the past with a new series. I haven't talked about WeeSing before, but I have briefly mentioned it in another game that I did. And this is a series that I definitely wanted to be able to tackle as well, to look back at, especially because they're not obscure, but they are still a weird obscure series back in the day that I and many other children watched. And you look back now and you question, what was that? What was this fever dream? It's always so interesting to look back at now because, you know, you haven't watched this in decades, so you want to know if it's going to be held up in time. Is it going to be as weird as you remember it, or is it going to be more nightmare fuel that you didn't expect to have? First, some background.
One of the most exciting names in fun-filled musical children's video is back.
WeeSing is a series of videos, books, music CDs, and now apps, as I just learned, that have been around for over 40 years. Unexpectedly positively, the company and website are still active, which is amazing on its own, and you can still purchase all of their products on various platforms. Similarly to Tales and Tunes, the series is based on learning through music for children's ages 0 to 8. According to the website, the creators, Pam Biel and Susan Nip, created the first songbook in 1977 because they were passionate about enriching the lives of children through music and the performing arts. But in the big picture, kids are just having fun.
We're not going in order. We're gonna go with WeeSing in the Big Rock Candy Mountains. And I think this is the one that I remember the most, but I also love this one because it fits in because it's springtime and there's bunnies and weird bears with acorns on their head and other things that I don't remember. I have no idea what I'm getting myself into, but it should be a treat. So let's slide it on in to the Big Rock Candy Mountains.
It's a land of sweets and joy and joyness.
Please stop bouncing on me.
Candy Mountain!
Let's start this. Missed opportunity. I should have been able to make a fort to watch it in with someone and then do a review. But no, maybe for the next one. So this is Lisa.
Let's play hide and seek. Yeah. Okay. This tree's so big.
Who are you?
Let's see who's it. Hide and seek.
I don't know your name,
But
we're dancing.
Here I come.
These giant teddy bears that just sat there and were just in the backyard, and no one ever talked about how they were alive. They were sentient.
Hey. Run, Devin, run. You're it.
So Lisa is left by herself with the sentient giant teddy bears that have acorn top hair.
Lunchtime. You know.
Oh, right. The Big Rock Candy Mountains. Sounds like fun.
With this, I understand this is fantasy, but these parents, how are you not questioning this?
We're invited to a special picnic today.
I see. So you're taking your stuffed animals along.
The Snoodle Doodle?
The Snoodle Doodles. They're sentient giant stuffed animals that people have no idea. At least she's like letting her think that it's a thing and then realizing that it's just imagination. But instead, no, we're transported to a world with the Snoodle Doodles. I want to know what these people's experiences were working on these films, especially with these costumes. What was this experience to be a Snoodle Doodle on your resume? Okay, but this, I will forever remember, this is one of the coolest effects that they could ever do. And I appreciate this to this day. And I saw this online a lot that people use throughout the years, so it's still like, you know, in my memory. Oh my god, they had to improv this whole thing. This just screams like they don't know what they're supposed to be saying and just pretending to live in the moment.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
This is such a great effect. Even though now it's so dated, but I love it. This should be like a Halloween costume. This would be the most obscure Halloween costume. But who wants to do it with me? Can I get a group of cosplayers to do this? Because I want to do this. I want to be the unicorn. Because, you know, she's the cutest and the girliest. And I always liked her. Because I always liked the cute little girly stuff.
Hi. Hello. Howdy ho hiya.
Howie ho hiya? I look back at this And understandably, this was my entertainment when I was a child, okay? But I look back at this and I question, who came up with these ideas? Who decided that this was going to be a film for millions of kids to watch? What in the Pinocchio is this?
I'll turn you into a goon.
Okay, just kidding. No, this is more like Wizard of Oz. It's so funny looking back and seeing that these songs that we knew, and honestly probably are still taught to kids today, are literally over 100 years old.
This time, let's run. And when we fall down, let's freeze and see who laughs first. See who laughs first.
But like, I wouldn't even laugh at that.
All right.
They would just be frozen for a long time. I wouldn't laugh at that. You know what though? That'd be fun to do if you were drunk, because then you would not stop cracking up. The fact that this was entertainment, watching a girl tie her shoe. Entertainment.
And then we'll follow you.
Okay, once again, here's another reference that Limbo was so popular with in the 90s. I don't know why. Why was Limbo so popular? It's been featured in so many things, and I remember it being really popular in childhood parties as well.
That was terrific! Now see if you could do everything backwards really fast.
Oh yeah, I remember this part because then they speed it all up. What was this tape? What was this film?
Use your imagination, Profster. Yeah, it's fun.
Imagination! The sad thing is, and I understand that obviously this would never be him, but I'm really getting a lot of Alan Cumming vibes from this owl.
False.
So my daddy went a-looking for that grizzly bear. My daddy went a-looking for that grizzly bear. Oh, I say, that's jolly good. He had big blue eyes, that grizzly bear.
Besides all those fun dance moves, there was no point to that song about a grizzly bear.
What's that buzzing?
Oh yeah, we have the,
sounds like
I think they're the
buzzing of
lightning
bees in
bugs.
the peppermint trees.
Oh, the bees.
Yes. Do you want to go see?
Yeah!
This is gonna be nightmare fuel. Fair warning. Like, they're kind of cute, but they're not. It's very uncanny in a lot of ways. I always give the series credit though that they had the best budgets, the best sets. They literally put so much effort and work into everything, and it shows. So this is awesome, even though it is a little bit weird.
Why are you crying?
Oh, I always cry when I'm happy.
Well, what do you do when you're sad?
Cry.
A man after my own emotions. I love how, like, looking back and you realize that this had no narrative whatsoever. This is just a bunch of random songs with unique sets and weird creature puppets. I like remember this, but I don't remember this, but now I'm seeing and I remember this.
Let's take the trail to Stew Lake. Okay.
Okay, so this is something that I remember a lot, and I feel like this is the coolest thing because it's like very Willy Wonka in a way, where you're able to just grab whatever food you want and it just magically reappears. Why do you keep going back for food? You're gonna go get food! Like, the entire personality and character development from these two teddy bears is that they love to eat. And it's very stereotypical and in the same way very one-dimensional. At least they teach kids good hygiene. And we needed this only a couple years ago too. We had to get reminded as adults to wash our hands properly only a couple years ago. They should have played this video.
How do you tell the difference between an elephant and a banana?
Oh,
Well, you try lifting it. If you can't get it off the ground, it's probably an elephant. But it could be a heavy banana.
So stupid. Imagine if that's how you went to talk to people today. Just be like, start going off and knock jokes. Honestly, I'm surprised someone hasn't done this like a prank video. Just going up to random strangers for reactions and asking them a bunch of knock jokes. They would look at you like you're crazy, because it is.
I have to go find Little Bunny Foo-Foo and meet you back at Stew Lake.
But you had time to sing a song. You have to go find Little Bunny Foo-Foo, but you had time to go and do a round and sing Row, Row, Row Your Boat.
Dwayne?
The Rock Johnson.
What's that term? Hell yes.
Don't look. Oh,
Stop.
please stay
Don't
there.
look.
Don't look.
I'm so ashamed.
Nobody knows my sorrow.
I'm so sad that this isn't memed out because this is dramatic and hilarious. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Now, is this the inspiration for Mike Myers' The Cat in the Hat and Jim Carrey's The Grinch? Because I feel like this is the direction that they were continuing to go in from here.
They wouldn't play with you?
Well,
Relatable moments!
exactly. They didn't want to play what I wanted to play.
Literally, we're going back, we're calling back. Okay, we have a story narrative. We have her relatability. She's learning. Okay, but he's like my favorite character. He's so dramatic. This is great. Even they're over it. This is great.
Moral of this story is...
No, wait. I know the moral of this story.
What?
Hair today, goon tomorrow.
Ha ha ha.
I don't want to play Jimmy Crack Corn because I don't know which is my right hand and which
Is
my
this
left.
how I learned the difference of my right and my left hand? Because I always remember that for years, this is your left hand because it makes the shape of an L.
Which hand makes the letter
Yeah.
L?
Is this how I learned?
This one.
Like unlocked memory years
This is
ago?
my left hand.
Now how do you play Jimmy Crack Corn?
Makes
Because I don't remember
Yeah,
knowing
that
about
means
this game at all. This isn't a game, this is just them singing. And dancing. So that was WeeSing in the Big Rock Candy Mountains. And it's so interesting because of course this was something I grew up watching and I remember the vibe of it, but nothing when it came to the bit by bit songs or even the narrative and story. I remembered about Little Bunny Foo-Foo and bopping up the mice on that. I remember that section of it. And obviously, you know, when they're sliding down to get into the Big Rock Candy Mountains, but anything else really wasn't that memorable. And now I see why. It was mainly only public domain music that was very strange. Like, overall, I really still loved watching this because it does show. I have a lot of thoughts on this anyways because we don't have this like true effort put in children's media anymore. There's the big companies that make family movies, but nothing really just for the kids to teach them lessons like we got. And I'm really grateful that we got it. But today, everything is all CGI, AI, and just thrown together on the computer. At least back then, they put so much effort into making these sets, into making these costumes and writing the script and like doing an entire production. And it does withhold the test of time for the most part. Like, yeah, this isn't the most memorable and there's some really weird things about it, but it's definitely like really great, thorough entertainment that anyone can watch. It has a lot of really great lessons. I do love the throwback where even though things are kind of all over the place and you don't know where it's going because they're just bringing out into these random songs, it does come back into the main lesson. Hey, you need to compromise with your friends and do things they want to do and let your friends do things you want to do. A lesson that, you know, is still needed in adulthood, which is crazy, but I've had that a lot with my friends where we were trying to figure out what to do and people don't know what to decide on. It's still relevant for kids and adults. So it has a very thorough lesson. It has a very entertaining and edutainment vibe to it. And like I said, they did an amazing job on the costumes, the sets, and everything else. So it was great going back, rewatching it again, a nice review. I'm excited to continue to see what else WeeSing has again, because again, these are things that I used to grow up and watch. So it's nice to be able to see them in an adult mindset, because it just leads so many more questions. And this is where, of course, you're not just like sitting there and watching all the colors and the characters. It's just like, where did they come from? Where is this Big Rock Candy Mountain? Where did Lisa find this, and how long has she been friends with them? Like, these are my questions I want to know. So until then, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one.